Hey Bulldogs, Mr. Schneider here. Hope everybody's having an awesome end of their fourth quarter. We're almost done. We've got less than a month to go. You guys are doing so great. Almost to the finish line. The reason I'm making this video today, and it's being posted in your reading and ELA classes, is we've got a student council election coming up. Now, the election is going to be a little different this year than elections have in years past. I mean, everything's a little different this year than has been in the past years. So it's going to be 100% online. So no getting petitions to take around to your classmates like we've done in the past couple of years. You won't have to get up in front of your peers and give a speech in the PAC. It's all going to be through your Chromebook, and all voting is going to be done on Google Classroom. So there are 4 positions that we are electing for our election. And I've got a few notes that I need to go over with you guys in order for you to kind of get a better understanding as to what the officers are responsible for, okay? So the first office is the office of the president. So the president runs meetings, pretty much organizes the meetings with the help of Miss Johnson and I. The president has to be an 8th grader, so someone going into 8th grade, and they have to have been in student council in the past for at least a year. So if you were a 6th grader and in STUCO, and then you took a year off or you didn't want to participate in STUCO as a 7th grader, you can still run for president as you're going into 8th grade. Now, if you are a 6th grader going into 7th grade, you cannot run for president. Okay, there are other officer opportunities for you to have here in a second, but you cannot be president until you're an 8th grader. The second office is vice president, and the vice president is the individual who will fill in for the president. If he or she is absent from meetings, they help the president organize meetings. Still a lot of responsibility. Now, the vice president can be either a 7th or an 8th grader, but that individual also has to have student council experience as well. So if you're a 6th grader and you've served as a representative and you want to have officer experience, VP is a good place to start. The next office that we are electing is the office of secretary, and secretary is open to anybody. All right, you don't have to have prior student council experience. You can be a 7th or an 8th grader. Secretary is responsible for taking notes, taking minutes during meetings, keeping those minutes organized. They're responsible for taking roll call at the beginning of every meeting, making sure that we have attendance records of what representatives have been to meetings and what representatives haven't. That way we can gauge who's actively participating in student council and serving the student body. The last officer that we are electing is that of the treasurer. Treasurer is responsible for everything money related. So during the meeting, the treasurer will have a report saying how much money we have in our account as a student council. The treasurer will be responsible for working with the ladies in the office to kind of gauge, how we want to spend our money, where we've spent our money, and then they're able to give us a good report. Okay? You'll also work with Ms. Johnson and I on how we spend our money. So requirements for running for officer. 7th graders, you need to contact Mr. Bailey. Just shoot him an email and say, hey, I want to run for president or vice president, secretary or treasurer. All right, and he's going to give me a list of names, and I will put those on a spreadsheet. If you are a 6th grader, you need to contact Miss Johnson if you are interested in running for office. Okay, so you 6th graders, the only offices that you could run for are vice president, secretary, and treasurer. Okay, 8th graders or 7th graders going into 8th grade, you can run for anything as long as you have STUCO experience for the vice president and the presidential spot. Okay. Once it's determined who we have running for those offices, we're going to require you to upload a video speech. You're going to tell your classmates, tell your schoolmates why you would make a good president, why you would make a good vice president, a good secretary, a good treasurer. Okay, and then we'll get in contact with you guys as to how we want you to upload those, who we want you to send them to, all that stuff. Then finally, our election. We're planning on having our student council election on May 8th, and it'll be voting on a Google form. So it will be posted in Mr. Bailey's room, or in Mr. Bailey's Google Classrooms for 7th graders, and then it will be posted in Miss Johnson's Google Classrooms for 6th graders. And then yeah, it'll be good. We'll be good from there. Please, please, please let me know by the end of the week. Pardon me, don't let me know. Please let Miss Johnson or Mr. Bailey know by the end of the week if you are interested in running for student council. That way we can get everything sorted out. And the end of the week is May 1st. So we'll have the deadline be May 1st, and then May 8th is when we will have our election. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email Miss Johnson or email Mr. Bailey, or you can email me as well. And yeah, I hope I get to see a lot of you run and participate in student government. Have a great day.